Okay.
Okay, so mute your mic while I talk, I guess. I think that's much better. Okay, everyone, sorry for the problems. I think we're ready now. So first off, welcome to SMC and welcome to Tutoring presentation on SI. And let's just get started so we can talk about what we have for you all. Savannah, can you click the, okay. So what does tutoring look like at SMC? So we offer tutoring as individual tutoring that you can have one-on-one. We also offer group tutoring, and you can either walk in or do tutoring by appointment. Obviously now, because of COVID, we only have remote tutoring. So, but once we go back on ground, those will be your options that you will have. And we have several centers on campus that you'll be able to go to for tutoring. And the best thing about tutoring is that it's free. Okay, so the other types of tutoring we have are in-class tutoring. We have special programs that have tutoring, and then we have online tutoring. So I'm going to kind of talk about all of these as we go. So in-class tutoring is going to be embedded tutoring, and that's mostly in math, okay? And that's where we actually have somebody who's sitting in the classroom with you. They're seeing where and what the teacher's doing in class and where you are with the curriculum. And sometimes they'll be moving around the class and they'll be helping you and tutoring you actually in class. And then they also, in math, will be holding sessions outside of class to help you with tutoring. Supplemental instruction is not per se tutoring, but it has a similar setup to that. And we're gonna get to that later because Savannah's gonna talk about that. So the special program tutoring, if you're in any of these special programs, then you will have tutoring available. EOPS, DSPS, Black Collegians in Adelante, the Scholars Program, the Veterans Program, STEM, Communications, Trio Upward Bound, and ESL all have tutoring. Now, this gets a little tricky because right now we are actually remote learning. All of our tutoring services are online. But if you are enrolled in an actual online course, that even if we weren't remote, you would just be taking that course online, you have access to Smart Thinking, which is a specific online tutoring that you can access for those people that are in online courses. When you are not in online courses, you cannot access Smart Thinking, but it's a 24-hour system, and usually your professor will put a link in their syllabus that'll give you access to the Smart Thinking online tutoring. Next, we have several tutoring labs on campus. So we have Business Tutoring Center, and you can see on the PowerPoint that that goes for subjects like accounting and business. We have CSIS tutoring, and those go for the different computer science courses. We have math tutoring, which tutors all levels of math for you. We have Modern Language Lab, and that has American Sign Language, Arabic, Chinese, Mandarin, French, German, Hebrew, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Persian, Russian, Spanish, and linguistics. So you see that we offer a lot. And then we have the Science Tutoring and Learning Resource Center, and that has anatomy, anthropology, biology, chemistry, geology, physics, physiology, and microbiology. And then we have STEM tutoring, which Savannah's going to talk a little bit about that later, because that's in a separate place on campus. And then we have Writing and Humanities Center, which has English, economics, philosophy, psychology, and political science, or with the Writing Center, you can go in there and get help with any subject that you need. It doesn't have to just be particularly English. So the different locations on campus for tutoring. On main campus, you see we have science, which is in the science building. We have business, computer science, and modern language are actually all in Drescher Hall in one location, 219. We have math, which is in the math center. We have English, which is in Drescher Hall on the 3rd floor. And then on the Bundy and CMD campuses, we also offer math and English tutoring for courses that are scheduled at those particular campuses. So now I'm going to pass it over to Silvana so she can talk about supplemental instruction.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to talk to you about supplemental instruction. I'm the coordinator for supplemental instruction. So what we do is that we are an academic assistance program that holds free out-of-class sessions. These are peer-facilitated sessions. So what that means is that we hire students who have successfully passed the course. That means with an A or a B. And then we ask them to retake the course. But this time we have them sit in the course, take notes for you, and they host study sessions based on the most difficult content. So whereas tutoring, you go in and you ask specific questions, we're already building a lesson plan based on the most difficult content of what you guys need to successfully pass that course. The students that go to supplemental instruction sessions engage in interactive study groups. They discuss course content, and they learn study skills and learning activities. And we also host test reviews and mock exams. So at the end of the semester, you'll see that we'll be publicizing a final review where we'll be going, which is campus-wide, and we offer a review for all the levels of supplemental instruction that we have. So we have it for math, sciences like physics 21, 22. We have it for Chem 10, 11, and 12. We have it for Bio 3, Bio 21. And then we also have it for English and other econ, accounting, and other classes as well. So as I said, the SI sessions are where the supplemental instruction leaders go over the very difficult content, and they develop activities and worksheets so you guys can really enhance your skills within those courses. And they are attached to a specific course section, but anybody can join. So for example, we have an SI leader for Math 2. Maybe that SI leader doesn't sit within your own Math 2 course, but they definitely will be able to help you if you go to their SI sessions. We also have drop-in sessions, and this one functions a little bit more like regular tutoring, where you just go in and ask questions and they can help you with anything. So making appointment. So as Wendy said, that there's various labs on campus. Some of the labs are drop-in based. So that just means that you go to either the math lab, the supplemental instruction, or the STEM labs homepage. And if you go on the content part of this, of Brazen, you'll see that we have all the labs and the links to the direct labs, so you can start seeing where they'll be see their link and when they'll be hosting sessions or when their tutors will be available. And you'll check the website for that schedule, and it'll give you a direct link of where you go. So let's say that there's a session from 1 to 3. You just click that link between 1 and 3, and it'll take you to that student's Zoom room. And someone will be there to help you. As well as for the math lab, they'll let you in as long as you're within their time frame, and then you just go in and get help at that moment. Same for the STEM lab. So again, if you go to the content page of this, you'll be able to see all the labs as well as the links and that directly link you to those subjects and labs and areas. To make an appointment, so the business lab, the computer science lab, modern language, LRC, and the writing and humanities center are all appointment based. So what you will do is you log into your Coursera Connect, and you're going to look for this little icon, which I'll show you exactly where you can find later. And then you'll go through the appointment system and select the lab and time, and you'll get a confirmation. Just know that sometimes if it's your first time going into a lab, you might need to create a profile, and that's just fine. It's just based on your SMC information. And again, you'll find that right here. So when you log into the SMC homepage, you'll see this little icon and you click there. You'll just go ahead and register yourself into the system, and then you'll be able to just make yourself an appointment and find an available tutor for your subject. So that pretty much goes over what we wanted to go over. We'll stay here and help monitor questions as they come, but please feel free to let us know if you have any problems, or and we'll just start going through the questions now.
So some of the questions that people have are asking about how do you do tutoring online right now in the remote session. So most of the tutoring sessions right now are via Zoom. And again, Savannah was explaining to you where you go in your Coursera Connect to make appointments, or you can go, if you look into our booth here, we have all the links for all the different tutoring centers, and you can go click on those links and it'll tell you how to sign up for those Zoom tutoring appointments. That seems to be one of the biggest questions that people are asking. Some people are asking, they said TAs, well, we call them tutors, but yeah, you can consider them TAs. So yeah, they do get paid. They get paid minimum wage for Santa Monica, which is $15 an hour. Some people ask, do we have faculty that tutor? We don't have faculty that tutor, but some faculty, especially in math, do their office hours in the tutoring lab, and they can be there to help you. But we also have instructional assistants who are people that aren't students in math and English that are in those labs that are there to help students. And then we also have student tutors as well.
Yes, and there's also, so if you're interested, if you're taking Chem 11 or some of the math courses, I would also recommend that you go on their websites, as the links say, and you can, some of them have workshops that you can attend. And again, all the workshops would be via Zoom. Once we're able to go on ground, you'll see the workshop schedule for the on ground. But for now, everything's via Zoom, as Wendy said.
So for those people, I also see some questions that are talking about DSPS. You're going to have to go on the DSPS page or talk with the counselor for DSPS to be able to access their tutoring, because that's different than the general tutoring that we have or that we're talking about right now. Also, some people are asking about the smart tutoring. So smart tutoring, again, is going to be linked to your online course. So once you're in that online course, the faculty will be able to give you the link to smart thinking, because it's only for people that have online courses and not the remote courses that we're in now because of COVID.
Yeah, they're particular courses. Yes, you don't need to be in any special program to qualify for any tutoring, but there are, like, EOPS hires their own math and English tutors, so that's an extra level for people within those programs. But for any of the other labs, you don't need to be in a special program. As long as you're an SMC student, you can come on in and our tutors can help you. And we do hire tutors. Right now, I think most of us are at capacity with our hiring, but I would definitely encourage you guys that once you've mastered a skill or a subject, to maybe apply for the spring semester, and definitely feel free to contact any of the labs to see if you would qualify for any of those.
Yeah, so each of the tutoring centers have tutoring coordinators, and those coordinators are the people that hire people to be tutors. We usually start recruiting usually at the end of the term for the next term, so that we could get people on board and ready to go. So you can always reach out to any of those coordinators, and they'd be there ready to help you do the application and get signed up to be a tutor. I'm glad people are asking that, because we always need good tutors.
Yes, and SI leaders as well. And if you're in the STEM program too, they always hire people within their own labs too, especially if you're one of the other programs like veterans, with EOPS, they also hire their own tutors. So I would be on the lookout for those as well.
I just want to say too, I'm excited for you all. I know that this is like a terrible time for most of us, but I'm excited that you guys have decided to just continue with your education, and that you're here and that you're ready to make this commitment to doing something positive for yourself. Just know that we're here to give you the support that you need. And even though it doesn't seem like it, we're going to look up and we're going to be back on campus and back regular, and things are going to be back to kind of a new normal probably. But I'm just excited that you guys, are here and ready to, do the work. Somebody said, can you explain what STEM and EOPS is, since they're a new student?
Okay. Oh, sure. So there's various programs on campus. So STEM is the science, technology, engineering, and math. And then you can apply to their program every spring. EOPS is and CARES is a program for disadvantaged students. And you can as well, and they should have a booth that's coming up later on this week as well, where they'll be talking about what programs they are and where you can access those type of things and if you qualify. There's also programs like Black Allegiance and Adelante, which are student identity programs, as well as veterans, that if you identify with any of those type of things, that you can go ahead and sign up for those programs. Are there any other programs that I'm missing right now? I'm sure there's so many. We have so many things for SMC that you will be able to identify with one or various programs, and you can always sign up to. You can be part of Black Allegiance, Adelante, and STEM and EOPS. So don't feel like you're even limited in that capacity.
So someone wanted to know about the certain classes that offer supplemental instruction and how they can identify them.
So it's kind of hard because you can't see it based on, like, if you're trying to register for a class that has an SI leader, but SI sessions start on the 3rd week. So within the 1st week, you should know if your class has an SI leader because your faculty will have introduced that. And by the 3rd week of school, you'll see all the SI sessions online. And like I said, even if your exact class does not have an SI leader, please feel free to come into any of the sessions, and our SI leaders will be more than happy to help. And if you get along really well with one of your faculty members this semester, I really encourage you guys to build that relationship and then become an SI leader the next semester.
Also, somebody asked how you join Black Collegians. Go online to their, go to the website and go online to Black Collegians, and they'll have the information on how you join. I know they do orientation sessions and tell you everything. I just want to also tell you all, getting into a special program is key to me, because you're going to have access to counselors that you normally wouldn't have access to. They're going to be able, like in STEM, they're able to point people towards internships and things that you wouldn't normally do. So these special programs actually help you keep focused and connect you with other students that have the same interests and allow you to have an easier process as you go through SMC.
Yes.
So no, we don't do after school. Well, when you say after school tutoring or any other programs, we don't do after school tutoring, but we do tutoring around the clock. So the tutoring centers are usually open. Math stays open till 10. English stays open till 7. So you usually can go to tutoring before or after classes. Let me see. We're just looking at all the chat. Okay, yeah. Good.
Mine's like loading slowly.
Yeah, okay.
And again, a lot of the information's on the content page. You'll see all the labs and the direct links to those labs, what subjects they offer. And if you're interested in any of those, just please let us know. We encourage you to really just look around. Any questions, you'll find them on our webpage, that we have the coordinators who correspond to them. And you can always email us or our special programs, and we can definitely be more than happy to help you guys in your academic journey this semester.
So one person wants to know, is there a list of classes apart from or professors to look for instead of waiting till the 3rd week of school for SI?
No, unfortunately, it's really hard for us because we're not always able to hire for specific courses because it's based on student availability and funding. So it's really difficult for us to say this class for sure will have an SI leader because it's really hard to hire students at moments sometimes. And just for anybody who's interested, just know that the requirements to be a student worker are that you need to be a full-time student, you need to have knowledge in the subject in which you're applying for. There is federal work studies for students who are interested through financial aid to get hired. But yeah, so there's a lot of different requirements for anybody who is interested in, becoming a tutor in the next semesters or becoming an SI leader.
Somebody asked, is there a limit on tutor registration? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but at this point, no. I mean, you can, if you're mean to sign up to get tutoring, there's no limit on how much tutoring you can get. So,
yeah.
any other questions? I see you guys have started your own group chat. That's good. You do need to rely on each other because different people are going to hear different things. And it's so good when you can really connect with somebody and get information out.
Especially during these times that we're all a little bit isolated from each other, definitely checking in and creating those support groups are really important for you guys as students, especially starting out your college online this semester. No more questions?
I just want to know, have you guys been on here all day going to the different sessions? Somebody tell me in the chat, because that's a long day if you have.
Just clicking in and out.
Yes, this will be recorded and saved to watch later.
And the content will also stay up for not just our page, but all the pages. So you can always go back and refer to them.
Everybody's like, yes, yes, yes. I hate to tell you guys, I know you don't want to hear this, but okay, I'll tell you anyway. If we were on ground, the part you'll be so jealous about, if we were on ground, they always feed us in and out when it's VIP day. So you guys aren't getting to get the in and out, but you are getting the knowledge, so that's good. But that's the downside of it, is because usually they have big old in and out trucks and they feed us, and it's just a really good day. Everybody gets to see everyone.
Our booth always has candy.
Yeah.
So we definitely owe you guys some candy when we're back on campus.
Let's see. Oh, we still have a wait. We have a while too.
Yeah, we're 20 minutes.
I say we can like do another 5-10 minutes at the most.
Yeah, just to see if you guys have anything else.
Questions, yeah, if anybody else comes in.
But I do encourage you guys to, a great way to also get involved on campus is, like Wendy said, to join the special programs. Maybe consider becoming a tutor next semester, especially if there's a subject you like. Just find ways that you can just kind of integrate yourself in the college, so then it's a little bit easier for you guys in the next few years as you're getting ready to graduate or transfer out.
Yeah, I saw that care package. Jack said they sent the care package. I saw that it had the flash drive, the t-shirt. I was like, go ahead, SMC. That was really nice of them too. That was good.
Oh, good. You guys all got a brand new flash drive before we all go online.
Somebody said, can they request tutoring in a subject different to the classes that they're taking? Yes. SMC with the hookup. Yeah. Somebody said they received theirs today.
Nice.
Somebody said, can you get a tutor whenever you want? Well, you can within the tutoring hours.
Yeah.
So each lab has certain hours that they're open. So yeah, you can go and then you can get a tutor to help you, especially as you said, yeah, to help prepare for an exam or a specific module. Yes.
And I would recommend if you're making a tutoring appointment online, I would also say it's really good for you guys to use, when you're registering, there's an upload content as you're making your appointment. So you can preload like your papers or what problems you're working on. So then your tutor is a little bit better prepared to help you at that session, because I believe they're on average 30 minutes. So then at least if they already had time to review your stuff, that would be really helpful. And the Writing Center also does something where you can go in and drop in your paper and they'll help you with different content. Like if you just needed someone to proofread and all that. So you don't have to make an appointment for that. They'll kind of help you guys with that. And you, again, can go to the content page and go to the Writing and Humanities Lab and just click that link and it'll go ahead and show you everything.
So somebody said, can we request SSI tutoring in specific classes prior to taking them through a SSI leader? And how are the SSI tutoring classes selected?
So SI usually does it does courses that have high failure or withdrawal rates. So it's not every course at SMC. It's usually math courses, science courses, and a little bit of humanities courses. So it's a little bit hard for you guys to request it, but we definitely do take student feedback whenever we get it. So like if you guys see that everybody's struggling in a particular course, we can definitely add it to our list to consider. But it's really difficult for us to say which classes will have SI leaders because we might not have somebody to hire during that time slot or that time.
Oh, I didn't know. Only the first 1,000 people got the care packages. That RSVP to VIP day.
Oh, so it was like a promotional thing.
Well, VIP day, I mean, usually if we were on ground, usually in the past, we've had about 5,000 people come to VIP day. So yeah, I'm sure they couldn't have got 5,000 care packages together. That would have been pretty rough. But usually when we're on ground, they do give the backpack, and it has stuff inside the backpack. So
yeah, like the pen and the flash. They usually always give you guys a flash drive.
Yeah.
My comments aren't loading at all.
It's hard. I know they keep, but right now nobody's posting anything. So. Okay. Well, last call for questions because we're going to end our session, let you have a break in between them. Or are we the last session?
I think that there's one more after us.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, we'll keep the content up. The recording page will be up. Just skip through the first 2 minutes of all the snare and back from the mic. And then, but definitely check out the labs. Just remember, you don't need to just come to tutoring when you're like struggling. You can also use it to help you refresh for all your courses. And at the end of the semester, you can take a look for the SI final review, and we'll be marketing that as well so you guys can get help on your finals.
Okay, one last question. I think we did this one prior to enrollment. Can we ask an SI leader of a certain class? Didn't you just answer that question?
Yeah.
You just answered that question. And then they just posted it again.
They were like, just in case.
You're gonna have to rewatch her answer again. Do you have tutoring for animation courses? I wish we did, but we don't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Some of these get hard because people who take some of these courses, then they move on and transfer, and so we don't have anybody who could tutor for them. Especially the higher level courses for math or specific courses like that. So yeah, it gets kind of rough.
But that's something to keep in mind if some of you guys are already in these higher level courses and you're like, oh, you know what? I can tutor this. Something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you all for coming. We're excited. Again, you can look in our booth and all the links are there in the booth that talk about tutoring and supplemental instruction. Also on the webpage you can go and it has everything on the webpage as with regards to tutoring and supplemental instruction. I wish you guys all the best in your journey as you're embarking on this new journey here at SMC. Trust me, you're going to be happy in the long run. And don't wait too long to get tutoring because that's what a lot of people do. We're here to help you and we can help you if you come within, a reasonable time.
Yes. And then just take care of yourselves during this time. We know that it's a lot to adapt to an online model, and we're all here with you and to support you at any way that we can, okay? Thank you, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay.
Whew.